Jay Tucker here from Heyo. I'm going to go ahead and try and unmute one more person who mentioned that they had their mic connected, ask them why they decided to join on, and then we're going to unmute Dave and go ahead and jump right in. So Greg Campbell, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get you unmuted here. Greg, you're unmuted. Can you hear me? Greg, is your mic connected? Doesn't look like it is. Well, I'll go ahead and unmute Dave here from Doba, and we'll go ahead and jump right in. So Dave, I've got you unmuted. Can you hear me all right? Yes, you can hear me? Perfect. We're having a little trouble hearing you. Are you on a phone or you got the computer mic hooked up? Dave, we can hear you. Are you still there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. We ready to get started?
Awesome. Yeah, so thanks for having us on with your audience to teach a little bit about how to get more leads and sales for your online business with Facebook campaigns. Do you have a general idea of if any of your businesses are already using Facebook campaigns or not quite yet?
There's many who are, and Facebook being the largest social network channel is pushing and moving more and more down the path of becoming one of the larger referral channels for e-commerce, and so that's definitely a place where our retailers are playing.
Awesome. Well, yeah, there's a lot we can cover regarding Facebook. Is there anything in particular that you know your audience might have questions about? That way I can try and touch on those few things.
No, I think that's why they're here, to hear specifically about what Heyo does and what Heyo can do to help generate leads and customer referrals for their business.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining in, Dave, and thanks for letting us give this information to your audience. I'm going to go ahead and mute you here and jump right in. So, folks, in the next 30 minutes, here's what you'll learn. First, how a small online seller, Solo Stove, collected over 400 new email leads with one Facebook contest. Next, the smart email tactics Solo Stove used to generate revenue from these new leads ASAP, immediately after their contest was over. And next, I'll show you how you can follow these steps to run a campaign of your own and sell to those new leads directly after you collect them. So a little background for those of you who have never heard of Heyo. My name is Jay. I'm a lead social strategist here at Heyo. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, feel free to tweet them at me at @VTJTuck, or you can put them in the GoToWebinar questions. A lot of you have already posted in there where you're currently joining us from. We have people over in the UK, all over the United States, Australia, and other places in Europe. Feel free to post them in there. We have Brooks, the head of our customer care team, and Alex, our content manager, in there to help answer any questions while I'm providing this information for you. So a little bit of background on Heyo before I jump in. We started as a company from a dorm room at Virginia Tech. A student started it from his dorm and grew a Facebook fan page, learned a lot about Facebook, and since then he's traveled all over the world, and the company has as well, teaching this content. He's been in New York in a closed private art gallery. He spoke on a stage with presidents about the importance of small business, and we've been featured in some of these things listed at the bottom, the Wall Street Journal, Jeff Bullis blog, which is a huge social media blog, and this is actually our CEO. You can see me circling his face here on the screen. And then Alex, who's helping answer the questions, is on the left here, and I'm on the right. But that's a little bit about Heyo. Real quick, before I jump in, I'm going to get a little background on you guys so I know what might be most valuable for you. So real quick, answer the poll question you see on your screen. So have you launched a Facebook campaign before? Go ahead and answer that poll question on your screen. Yes, if you have. No, but you want to soon because you've heard a lot about it. Or no, you're not even on Facebook yet. So go ahead and answer that on your screen. We're at about 50% of you have voted. I'll wait till we're at about 70% and then I'll close it and show you guys the results. Awesome. So you can see the results on the screen there. 21% of you have already launched a Facebook contest. That's awesome. Hopefully you're here to learn new strategies to help improve those results. 47%, so about 50% of you want to run one soon. So I'll provide a lot of information to help you do that here in the near future. And then 32% of you aren't on Facebook yet. So if you're looking to get on Facebook, want to run some of these campaigns, it's a great way to start, get some leads on your page, and new fans as well. So I'll go ahead and hide those results and continue forward. So throughout the webinar, there's a lot of things you'll want to be taking notes on. If you tweet those pictures to us using the hashtag HeyoNotes, at the end of the webinar here, we'll send a free t-shirt to one of you who's the most creative with your notes. Looks like you got some valuable information down. So once again, in the next 30 minutes, here's what you're going to want to learn. First, how an online seller collected over 400 new email leads with one Facebook contest. The smart email tactics they use to generate revenue from these leads immediately following their campaign. The steps you can follow to run a campaign of your own and sell directly to those leads to get revenue for your business. And at the end of the webinar, you'll want to stay tuned because we'll have a live Q&A. Choose a winner for the Heyo Notes contest. So you won't want to miss out on that. So let's jump right in. So Solo Stove is an online seller. They only sell online. 100% of the business is online. And they sell camp stoves and other cooking accessories to camping enthusiasts. So they have a target market. They know specifically who they're trying to sell to. And on the right here, you can see their 3 business goals. So I'll go ahead and let you look at those. So first, they wanted to increase their brand awareness for their products via blogs and social media. They wanted to get more leads and build their email list. And then they wanted to drive new and repeat business to solostove.com via email. So one other poll question I'll ask you guys real quick to see if you're already using email marketing for your business. Dave made it sound like a lot of you are, but real quick answer this so I know if you guys are already on email marketing, might have an idea of how to do this for your business. So I'll go ahead and let you guys vote. So do you use email marketing to drive sales and revenue? Yes, no, but I should, or no, I don't think it's worth my time. So go ahead and answer that poll on the screen. We're at about 65% voted. I'll wait till a few more of you vote. Oh, awesome. 90% of you have voted. So I'm going to close that poll. So 19% of you are already doing email marketing. 76, no, you should be doing it, but aren't doing it yet. So I can teach you a lot of tricks today of how you can capitalize on revenue from email marketing. And then 5% of you don't think it's worth your time. Well, hopefully I can change your mind here today because it's very valuable, and we've seen that with a lot of the businesses using our platform. So here's the campaign that Solo Stove ran on their Facebook page. It was also mobily optimized, so you can see that on the screen. Go ahead and look at their campaign. So their goal with this campaign was to collect as many relevant email leads as possible. So they didn't want to give away something like an iPad or an Amazon gift card. They were giving away one of their products. That way they knew those email leads were going to be pre-qualified to drive sales for their business. So as you can see, they featured that image of the stove they were giving away. They had built-in share features, which you can see on the bottom left here, so that this would market itself from the people entering it. So it's a sweepstakes contest. They gave away the free camp stove, which is a $100 value for them. They ran the contest for 10 days. It captured over 1,000 impressions, so over 1,000 unique people saw this contest. They collected 474 emails, which was converting about 46% of the people that actually saw this contest. So if any of you have ever run any campaigns, that 20% of you that run Facebook campaigns in the past, I'm sure you probably saw and remember the results from those campaigns. If your results were that good or better, go ahead and type yes in the GoToWebinar questions, so I know you've already had some success. If you didn't have those type of results, go ahead and type no. so I know that you might not have had this kind of success yet. So a lot of people are saying no, that they didn't have these kind of results. Well, we have some secret tips, and like I said at the beginning, in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you some of the key strategies you need to get this kind of success. So after they collected those emails, here's the follow-up that they had for emails. So on the left, this email was right after their contest ended, notifying people that they hadn't won, but here's the trick of how they actually drove sales. So this is how you're going to get revenue for your business on your Dova store. So they thanked them for entering the contest. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but to make everyone a winner, they gave them 10% off the next purchase, and they gave them a promo code. So this is how they actually drove the sales, an email follow-up campaign, and then they let them know to check back. This is another key part. Check back for emails in the future and following them on social media to learn about more contests where they can win another prize. And then here's a second email on the right-hand side here, which they sent a couple months later when they ran their next contest. So this is a few months later. They let them know, as they mentioned in this first email, continue to check emails. So this was letting people know that there was another contest live. And I'll explain why it's important to have other people come enter the contest that you already have their emails in a little bit. That's a key part, is the email marketing to people that already are existing fans, or you have their email leads, because they'll help market the contest for you. So Facebook contest, how to build your email list and start generating revenue like Solo Stove did using those emails. This is how you can do that for yourself. So the first important factor when running one of these Facebook campaigns is having strong incentive. As I mentioned a little earlier, do not use an iPad, an Amazon gift card. Pick an incentive that aligns emotionally with your fans and feature it in an image on the campaign so they can see it. So as I mentioned earlier, this pre-qualifies those leads for you, so you know that they might be someone that wants to buy the products you have in your online store. The second important thing to have is creating urgency on the campaign. So it won't convert well if you do not encourage them to take action right when they're on the page. There are hundreds of different things that you can click when you're on Facebook. So having this urgency created with a countdown allows them to think that they should enter right when they're on that page, and not, think to come back later, then never actually sign up. So based on our testing, we've run over 250,000 of these contests. It's best to have a countdown that has 7 days or less left on it to help with that urgency, and then also for organically marketing the contest. And I'll explain that here in a second. 3, make it easy to enter. Don't be vague. Tell them exactly how they can win by having the email opt-in as the first step. So collecting those email leads to drive the sales, using those follow-up emails like I showed you just a minute ago. If any of you are already using an email marketing platform, we directly integrate with a lot of different ones. So go ahead and type in the GoToWebinar questions. Those of you who are already doing email marketing, what platform are you using? So is it an Aweber, MailChimp, Constant Contact, Infusionsoft, MadMimi? There's lots of different ones. Which ones are you guys already using? The 20% of you that said you're already doing email marketing. Constant Contact, MadMimi, MailChimp. Awesome. So yeah, we directly integrate with all of those. So you can have that drip campaign set up immediately after this contest when you've collected all those emails and they freshly remember your brand because you just ran that contest. Step 4, let them market for you. So every Facebook campaign needs to make it easy for the fans to market to their networks for you. So this is the way to get free advertising. Those of you that are already on Facebook, you probably know posting from a business page, the organic reach has gone down significantly in the past couple of months, and I'm sure that you aren't a big fan of that. So the fact that we have these easy options for them to like your page if they aren't already fans, share it with their networks, and tweet it out to their networks are great tools to get you free traffic. So this is what that might look like if you're a little confused how that would get you free traffic. So meet Paul. Paul enters your contest. So say with the Solo Stove contest, he enters to win that free stove. He clicks to share with his Facebook friends and tweets it out to his followers. They see his post. Some of them will come enter. So these are Paul's friends. They see it. They do the same thing. So you can see this really has a viral effect. And since these are personal pages sharing it rather than businesses, that's how it's going to be more likely to show up on people's news feeds when they're logging into Facebook. So Facebook's algorithms are allowing the personal pages to show up in the newsfeed more than a business page. And remember, if you have any questions throughout, make sure to put them in the GoToWebinar questions, and Alex or Brooks from our team will help get those answered for you. So number 5, brand trust. So a lot of people go back again and again to the brands that they love, and then they'll recommend them to their friends. So having the ability to let your brand voice come through a contest is also very important. So featuring your brand logo of your store where you're selling all those goods online in the top left so they see it when they're first coming into this contest is very valuable. And then in the bottom right where you're describing the contest, any rules, regulations, what the prize is, it's a great place to highlight your brand voice and personality. That way people feel more comfortable with your brand and are more likely to actually purchase from you. Does anybody have an idea of what might be the next most important thing? So number 6 might be one of the most important steps. I talked about it earlier with Solo Stove's campaign. I'll give you a statistic to help you maybe figure out what that is. About 50% of people using Facebook only ever log on from their mobile phones. So not once are they going on from a laptop or a desktop. So go ahead and put in the GoToWebinar questions. What do you think is the next important step that I'm going to share with you guys? Yep, somebody already got it. Awesome. So good job, Andrew. It is having it mobily optimized. So as I mentioned, about 50% of people using Facebook only go on from their mobile phones. So if you don't market your campaign with a smart URL, you are cutting your likelihood of success in half. You're literally missing out on 50% of the people. And having your campaign mobily optimized will help spike your conversion rate, so the amount of emails you collect from the impressions, about 15%. So step 7, we showed you this with Solo Stove, set up a thank you email. So this is actually the thank you email. As soon as somebody entered into the contest, they got this email immediately. So hey there, thanks for entering. We'll be announcing the winner on Friday. Be sure to check your inbox to see if you've won. So they were already telling people that they need to check their inbox to see if they won. So when they did open that email, if they weren't the winner, that already had them in their brain going to open the email to see if they won. They know they didn't, but that's when they hit them with that discount and the promo code to actually get sales from these leads. So they're thanking the customers for entering, telling them to look for their email, and they're giving them another opportunity to connect with your brand. So the more times they're connecting with your brand, the more loyal they'll feel to your brand, and more likely they are to actually purchase. So sending a winning announcement. This I already showed you earlier, but this is extremely important in how you're actually going to get those sales. So one other thing to mention that I didn't mention last time, you can see at the bottom that they put an expiration on the coupon as well. That way the users knew, and it created that urgency for them again, that they needed to go purchase then and there. So there's a strong call to action to shop at your online store. So all of you have various stores online where you're selling a specific product or products, and this is a great way to drive them to actually buy from you. So step 9 is follow-up. So this is actually pretty funny because Solo Stove sent us an email. We didn't plan this. We didn't know this was going to happen. They sent us an email today at noon Eastern time, so a little over 2 hours ago, letting us know there was another contest live. So I'll go ahead and show you what their current contest looks like real quick. So you can see here's their Facebook page, And then here, yesterday they announced the contest. They sent out the email today. It's time for another giveaway. Enter and share to win big. And there's the smart URL to their contest so people on their mobile phones can see it as well. And you can see the engagement they got. So 150 people liked this post alone. They got 19 comments and 51 people shared. And then you can see their contest looks slightly different than the last one. So they're giving away a different prize. And it's the very simple same setup. So that's those 6 steps I showed you to make sure you're going to get good results from their campaign. So this is what their current contest looks like. And they've already got a ton of entrants, and they'll probably get a ton more sales, thousands of dollars from this contest, just like the past 2 that they've already run. So let me go ahead and jump back to the slides. So here's their notification email that there's another contest running. There's special discounts and promos, invitation to enter future contests, and interesting content and articles. So they link them to a lot of different things with this follow-up email. So have Facebook campaigns worked for other online sellers? We just showcased one company, but it has worked for a lot of other online sellers as well. So I'll show you a couple examples. Some of you may think you have interesting products that this might not work for, but I'll show you a couple other examples so you can get an idea. There's a knitting company that they had 100% of their business online. They sold yarn to a knitting community, and then here's the results from their campaign. So they captured over 5,000 impressions, over 3,000 emails, and this one converted at 64%. So I'm sure a lot of you would love those emails added to your list for those of you already email marketing, and those of you who aren't even started yet, I'm sure you realize how valuable those could be for actually driving revenue for your business. Here's another company that sells 100% online. They sell these bracelets with different inspirational quotes, words, or phrases on them, and they captured over 1,500 emails and converted over 50% of the people that actually viewed this contest. Here's another one that sold planners. So this is Inkwell Press. All of their planner sales are online. You can see that they have these email follow-ups as well. So they had a photo contest. Here's their campaign. And then they captured 1,800 emails and converted 48% of the people that actually saw. Here's a hat selling company. Does most of their business online. They do have some stores that sell their hats, but they don't have a store location themselves. They captured over 8,000 emails, converted 78%. So this is one of the highest converted campaigns we've seen. But this one actually gave ownership. So if you have a product coming out that isn't yet named, or you want to have the fans feel more ownership, you can name a product after the fans. That worked really well for them. That's why their conversion rate was so high. So there are a lot of different things you can play around with the prize to really incentivize people to enter in. So some of you may be thinking, oh, well, they had big numbers, they must have had big audiences. You just saw Solo Stove's Facebook page. They had just over 15,000 fans. So we've seen this work. As I mentioned earlier, we've run over 250,000 campaigns. So we've done a lot of research into who this will work well for, who it won't. So if one of these are true, then you know you can have success with running these type of contests and then actually getting revenue afterwards. So Greg Campbell, Alvin, Anthony, Dwayne, Danny Wall, Hank, Awona, Josephine, you will have success with this if you meet at least one of these things. So your Facebook page has 500 likes or more. So those of you that said you were already on Facebook, if you have an existing audience there, you know you can have success running some of these contests. If you already use email marketing or plan to start and you have ways to drive traffic into that contest. So as I mentioned, that organic marketing, if you already have emails on your list or a community from your website that you can market this to, if you don't have those fans on Facebook, but you have somewhere where you can market this contest, those people will come, enter in, even if you already have their emails, and they'll market it out to their friends for you. If you are on Facebook, your status updates gets a few likes, shares, or comments on each update. So you know your organic reach is pretty good on Facebook, even if you aren't at 500 fans, or like I mentioned, if you have an audience in another channel. So like I said, the blog, a website, email list, uh, who knows? If you have another audience, they can help drive traffic for you. So far you've learned how the online seller Solo Stove collected around 500 new email leads with a Facebook contest. You learned the smart email tactics Solo Stove used to generate revenue from these new leads right after the contest. And then you learned those 9 strategies that you can put into effect, and hopefully you took some notes on those, to get leads and make sales from those leads right away. Now, a lot of you saw those contests and might be overwhelmed thinking, oh, there's no way I can build that on my own. I don't know any code. Well, let me show you how easy it is to actually build one of these contests. So if you want me to have your online store as a live example, go ahead and put a link to your store in the GoToWebinar questions, and I'll use one of you guys as a live example, and I'll build a contest so everyone can see how easy it really is to create one of these, how little time it really takes to get these sales and revenue for your business directly from a contest. So go ahead and type in your store URL if you want me to use you as a live example, and I'll go ahead and build a contest for you guys live. So let me see, let me go over and find some of these URLs. So go ahead and put your URLs in there. I'm trying to get into the questions to find them. All right, so I found one. Let's go ahead and check this out. So Greg Campbell, I'm going to use your store here. So we're going to go ahead and jump over. I'm going to pull up your store. So let's see if I can find a product. I'm going to go ahead and try and unmute you again, Greg, so we can talk through this. So let's see if I can find Greg here and see if his mic's connected. So folks, I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually build one of these. Greg, I've got you unmuted again. Can you hear me, and is your mic connected? Greg, do you have a mic connected? Doesn't sound like his mic's connected. Well, I'll go ahead and just play around and find something I think we could use as a prize. So it looks like he sells a lot of different electronics. So that's great. I know a lot of other of you put your URLs in here. So you'll be able to follow these same easy steps to create a campaign, but I'm going to use this as an example. So we're going to go ahead and try and give away, let's give away a turntable. So what you'll do is you'll log into the Heyo platform. When you're on your account, to get started building one of these contests, you just click this giant orange create a campaign button. So I'm going to go ahead and time myself so you can see how quick this really is. So it's about 2:30 Eastern time. So run a social contest is what we're going to do. The sweepstakes template is the one I've showcased for you throughout the webinar here today with Solo Stove. So I'm going to select that one and save to start editing. So as you can see on the right hand side here, there are these 6 different features you need to edit for the contest. So you just walk through each of these 6 and then you're ready to publish. So the header image is where you put in your brand. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a screenshot. Let's see, I'm just going to copy the image URL. Greg, you probably have this saved somewhere on your computer, so you can just grab it from there. I'm going to say the URL, paste it in. So there's his branding. I'm going to go back and grab an image of one of these. So let's give away, we're going to give away this top one here. So I'll go ahead and see if there's an image URL for this one. Grab that, bring it over. You might want to spend some more time with this graphic. The graphics can be pretty important to showcase the prize. Adding some text over it, letting people know that's the prize they're going to win can be valuable, but for the sake of time here, I'm just going to throw that in. So obviously you have to account for the time of building that graphic, getting a design team to add some words on there. But I'm just going to throw that up for now. Then you'll edit the countdown. So who remembers how long I said to run the contest for? Go ahead and put it in the GoToWebinar questions. How much time should I put on the countdown here? So Greg, do you remember how much time I should put on your contest here on the countdown? Yep, so a lot of you remember 7 days. Great, Willie, Tom, Tope, awesome. Glad you guys are paying attention. So 7 days. So say I'm not going to launch this till tomorrow, the 19th. So we're going to run it through the 26th. And then you can pick the specific time you want it to end as well. So I'm going to have it end at 9 p.m. Eastern. That way people, when they get off work, still have time to enter in. And then I'll continue walking through. So you can sync with an email marketing platform, or you can just do a downloadable CSV. So it'll just download those automatically and send those to your email address after the contest ends. So you can have those email leads sent straight to your email, or you can have them sent into a specific list on your email marketing platform. That way you can have that thank you email set up. So I've already synced that. The next, I'm going to customize the share settings. So you just plug in your Facebook fan page URL. If you already have a page, you plug it in. If you don't have one yet, you can build one and then use your email list, your website, or those other means of traffic to drive them into your contest, and then they'll like your page, so that's how you can start growing your audience. The link to share/tweet, you'll follow this note here, so leave it blank. That way it'll auto default to the URL, which drives traffic directly into the campaign. So as I showed you, when Paul enters this contest, he clicks to share on Facebook. That share will already have the URL in it that drives him back into this contest. And then it'll also have pre-populated text, so you can choose what that text on that share to Facebook and the tweet will say. So maybe it's, I just entered to win this free turntable from, I don't know if Greg has a Twitter or not, but I'm just going to make up a Twitter handle. So if you have a Twitter handle, you can actually tag it in there as well. So electronic accessories, I know it's and accessories, but you can't usually have those in handles. Click here to enter for yourself. So that's how you'll drive traffic back into this contest. So I've set up those share features, so when Paul enters, he'll market it to his network for you. So free ads right there. Contest image we already edited, and then this contest description is the last place where, as I mentioned, you can highlight your brand voice. So one thing that I usually like to tell people to put in here is follow the steps to the left for your chance to win this awesome turntable. See if I should put in more details. So you can add details about the prize itself. You can put in rules or regulations featured above. If you need to add other things like you must be 18 to enter, or you must live in the United States, any other details, you can fill those in here. So this is just a great spot to put any other details about the contest. So it's 2:34, so that took about 4 minutes to build this. Obviously, you could spend more time changing the background color if you want, playing around with the text, making them different colors, but it is possible to build one of these without knowing any code in under 5 minutes if you already have your images. So I just showed you how easy that was. And then if you guys remember how important it was to be on mobile, watch how easy it is to actually have this optimized for mobile viewing. So I'm going to connect with Facebook real quick. So here's your contest. This is the preview mode. It's going to publish to Facebook for you, publish to mobile, so you don't even have to do anything. It automatically creates this mobile version of the contest for you. So you can see it resizes, reformats to fit the screen. So if they're on a Droid, an iPhone, if they're on a tablet, it'll know to reformat it to fit their screen. And then it'll also publish to web. So say you're marketing this through emails, but some of your fans of your business that are on your email list don't have a Facebook. It'll also publish a standalone web version. So if they don't have Facebook, they can still see it, even if they're on a desktop or a laptop. So that's just to ensure that you're not losing any potential traffic into this contest. So you can capture all those email leads and then convert them into revenue for your business. Pretty cool, huh, Greg? And everyone else joining on? So Greg, this is an example of a contest you could run on your page. to help drive revenue. So obviously you play around with the prize, what makes sense for what you can give away, what you think would capture the most attention from your audience. So it's very easy to build one of these. All you do is click publish. It automatically syncs it to your Facebook page. So as I showed you on Solo Stove, it creates this custom tab on their page. So you don't have to do anything with that. As soon as you click publish, it'll sync to your page as a tab. And then you'll use that smart URL that I mentioned. So when you click publish, you'll pick your Facebook page. It'll take a couple seconds. It'll give you the smart URL to market. So that URL you'll want to use anywhere you're promoting. So if that's from your website, from email lists you have, from Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, you'll use this one URL. And as I mentioned, it's a smart URL. So that'll be able to know what type of device the user's on, if they have a Facebook or not, and it'll drive them to the proper version of that contest. So it's pretty neat technology. You don't need to know a line of code. It's very, very simple. So Greg, there's a sample contest you could run for your business. So let me go ahead and jump back over to the slides. So here we go. So stay tuned for a live Q&A if you do have any additional questions. And if you have been taking notes and want to win a Heyo t-shirt, they're really soft. I'm actually wearing one right now. Feel free to tweet your notes to us with the hashtag HeyoNotes, and we'll pick a winner here in a little bit. So I'm going to unmute Dave real quick. So let's see if... Dave, are you there?
Yes.
So what'd you think about that? Pretty easy, huh?
Yeah, I think we have other DOBA members who have and do use Heyo as a platform to run contests on Facebook, and it's as far as easy to use and effective platform. It delivers on both of those fronts. You mentioned something about changes that Facebook is making in terms of your organic reach on likes and really your fans on Facebook, and that is something that is it's Facebook's prerogative to do, and they're doing that to, as they say, help make sure that there's the most relevant content possible for the users of Facebook. But the other objective there is to get businesses who want to use Facebook to generate business and revenue to pay for ads on Facebook. So ultimately, any advertising push that you make for customer acquisition needs to include the ability of capturing the customer's email address. Once you have that email address, whether that person has made a purchase from you or not, you have the ability to market to them, because it's someone who, if you did a campaign on a certain product that you offer, it's a contact who's relevant to you. And from an email marketing standpoint, despite everything that's happening with social media and other channels to generate sales, email marketing remains and will continue to remain, and is forecasted to be your strongest tie to your customer. And when you have that email and you're able to then send out targeted campaigns and whatnot, that's going to drive your sales. And specifically, you mentioned being mobile. Whether it's looking at Facebook or accessing an email, the largest percentage of traffic and actual sales conversion is happening from, on a percentage basis, is happening from mobile.
Right.
And so it's important that you're using technologies and services in marketing to your customer base that are responsive and that are enabled to support mobile delivery.
Awesome. Yeah, that's all very valuable information, Dave. So for those of you that joined on late, that's Dave, who's the Vice President of Product over at Doba. So that was some great insight, Dave. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with a couple other little things here. So uh, feel free, instead of going to heyo.com/chat, go ahead and in the GoToWebinar questions, let me know, yes or no, were there at least 2 things you learned so far? So it's an absolute failure on my part today if you didn't learn at least 2 actionable things that you guys can take and put into place for your online store. So hopefully I've provided some valuable information for you. So let me know, yes or no, are there 2 things that you've learned here today that you might be able to take into your business to get some sales? Yes, yes, yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So it looks like a lot of you had some valuable information out of this. Great. Um, so next up, if you're interested in pricing, type buy in that GoToWebinar questions. If not, I'll skip straight to question and answer so I can get any questions you guys have answered about, Facebook, running contests, anything in general. So if you want to learn more about pricing for Heyo, type buy. If not, if I don't see a couple people type it, I'll just skip straight into question and answer for you guys. So let me check. Awesome. Yeah. So there are a lot of people typing buy, 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 buy. Lots of things I've learned. I need to get going. Awesome. So I'll go ahead and do pricing real quick, and then we'll do question and answer right after that. So here's what's included with every Heyo package. We have a little special bonus. I didn't tell Dave about this, but we've done a couple webinars with Doba in the past. We've had a lot of success with Doba users, so we put together a special bonus pack for your audience, Dave. But here's what's included with every Heyo package if you sign up just on our website. So you can launch a campaign every other week to help get revenue and email leads for your business. You have access to photo and video contest templates, as well as the giveaway sweepstakes templates I already showed you today. There are other standalone lead generation templates you can publish to your Facebook page. There's the direct email service provider integration, so you can set up those drip campaigns as soon as people enter into your contest to make sure you're capitalizing on the revenue. You'll get those mobile versions of your campaigns to capture the mobile leads as well, so you're not losing half of those leads. So you don't have to worry about paying somebody on Odesk $70 an hour to create a mobile version for you. We've already taken care of that. You can stop paying the freelance developers in general to publish these apps or tabs on your Facebook page. You don't need to worry about Facebook shutting down your contest. I've seen a couple of you put that question in the GoToWebinar questions. We have paid our lawyers to make sure that we comply with all of Facebook's rules and regulations. And if you do have questions throughout the process of building, I showed you how easy it was, but if you do have questions, we have a super responsive customer support team, which I'm sure if you've asked questions in the GoToWebinar questions, you've seen. And then here are the bonuses for attending the webinar. Like I said, we've had a good relationship with the Doba customers we have using the platform already, so we put together these bonuses. We'll feature your fan page or business in a blog post. So that'll drive additional traffic to either your online store or your Facebook page, or both. We get hundreds of thousands of unique views on our blog every month. So that's a very valuable post there. You'll get a personal one-on-one strategy call with myself to ensure success. As I mentioned, we've run lots of these campaigns. We know the best practices to make sure you're getting the best results. You'll get a white paper of 11 high converting ideas you can copy for your incentive or prize for your campaign. You'll get access to our invite-only mastermind group that our CEO Nathan curates personally. So it has some of the top marketers in the world in there. So if you have questions about marketing on Facebook, email marketing, social media marketing in general, you can ask those questions in this group, and we'll have some people answer those for you from all over the world, some of the top marketing minds. You'll get a video replay of today's webinar, and if you want it, we can send you the slide deck too, so you can really look at those emails to craft yours based on theirs. You'll get a free ebook on the secret to stunning visual content. So for those of you that are on Facebook, not even just for your business, you know when you're scrolling through the news feed, it takes less than a second for something to either catch your attention or you scroll right through it. So this white paper here will tell you a lot about how to make sure you're capturing people's attention. So when they are scrolling through the newsfeed, you can actually get them to go to your page. And lastly, we'll send you a free 30-minute video course on how to discover content the newsfeed loves. So in addition to showing you images in that white paper of how to catch their attention, this will tell you how to pick valuable content that your fans will love. You'll get more engagement on your posts, and that'll help drive more traffic to your page. So those are the bonuses for if you buy on the webinar now, and you can purchase this plan with the bonuses. It's one-time price for the full year. It's $300. You get all the bonuses. You can run a campaign every other week. Just go to heyo.com/DOBA to take advantage of that offer. Remember, before you purchase, at least one of these should be true. So we want to ensure that you're going to have success, and we know who will have success or not. So don't purchase quite yet if you can't meet one of these criteria. So your Facebook page has 500 likes or more. You want to build that email list. So if you look at the bottom or the next one, you have traffic. Sorry, it's not on this slide. You have a way to drive traffic to that contest. So whether you already have an email list, you have a website that gets a lot of traffic, a blog, or you just have some way to get traffic there. If your status updates on Facebook gets a few likes, comments, and or shares, that means your organic reach is pretty good, even if you don't have 500 fans. Or if you already have a list of at least 100 subscribers, that way you know you can drive traffic into that contest. So if you meet at least one of these, we know you'll have success with Heyo. We've run over 250,000 contests and know that this can work for whatever your business is as long as you meet one of these criteria. So to claim those bonuses that are only available on the webinar here, it's that one-time $300 for the full year. So heyo.com/DOBA. And if you're a little hesitant, you're on the fence, you aren't sure if this is going to work for you, if you want to try it out, we do have a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. There aren't questions asked. You get all of your money back, and that's guaranteed by our CEO, Nathan himself. So if you're a little on the fence, unsure about that price point, you can get that full refund. You can run 2 contests in that full month to see if it works for you or not. So we've got a proven method, as I've said. Here's an email screenshot I get from my inbox every morning that shows the live campaign results. So you can see varying conversion rates from 20% up to almost 70%, and a lot of varying amount of emails collected. So this is obviously based on your audience size, so the amount of emails you collect. You can also spend money on ads on Facebook if you want to drive additional traffic. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can unmute anyone. Oh, we have some people asking some questions in here. So yes, if you don't have a Facebook page yet, but you want to run a contest, you can launch a web version and the mobile version. But if you want to run one on Facebook, you could build that page and start building your audience with that like button that was built into the contest and help start growing your page from running that first contest. So now's the time to ask questions. So do any of you have any questions? Feel free to put them in the GoToWebinar questions. I'll try and get some answered. So we'll go ahead and answer questions here. Go ahead and put them in. Is this good for Amazon as well? So actually there are a few people asking about Amazon. Mike, Russell, Andrew, Carly. Yeah, so a lot of people are asking about Amazon. Yes, you can link people to buying from Amazon as well. So it works for almost any online retail store. So you're collecting those email leads so that you can reach out to them. That's the only way you have contact to people that might be looking at your store or find you on Facebook through this contest. So once you collect those email leads, that's when you market to them through email and drive them to your store. So that's how you convert people to actually purchasing through running one of these contests, as I showed you with Solo Stove. So you can use it for Amazon, your Doba store, any online store where you're selling products. You can use those email leads and link them directly into where you're selling your products. What were the first 2 steps? Oh, so the first two steps, we'll go back to showing you the steps. So there was 9 steps, and I'll jump back. So the first 2 steps, one was having a strong incentive, so not just using something that everyone's going to want, but something that emotionally ties in to your brand. That way you know those leads are pre-qualified. Yeah, you'll probably get excited if you have more emails, but if they're not actually going to convert to revenue, what good is it having all those emails? So it's better to get those pre-qualified leads by having a strong incentive that ties into what you're selling. So don't just pick an iPad or an Amazon gift card as it says. Make sure you pick something that ties into your brand. And then the second step was creating urgency. So it'll make your campaign convert a lot better if you have a countdown on there with 7 days or less. That way, it has the ability to make people actually take action when they're on that page then, instead of thinking, oh, I'll come back and enter later, and then they forget about it. So Michelle, that's the first 2 steps. So can you promote the link? Yes, so you can. There are a good amount of people also asking about promoting. You can boost posts on Facebook. So as I showed you, Solo Stove is currently running another contest, which was pretty funny. That happened to be right now. So you can boost this post so that more people see it, and you can target, who's going to see it. You can also create an ad if you want and hide a URL that links directly into the campaign. So yes, you can promote using Facebook's different modes of promotion to drive more traffic into this contest. So that's definitely a way to ensure that you're going to get more email leads. Yep, so a lot of you are asking what the link is to purchase. It's heyo.com/doba. And Mildred, yes, go ahead and do that, and I'll help add some of that time into your account for you for what you mentioned. But yeah, the link to purchase is heyo.com/doba. You'll only get those bonuses if you sign up here today. So if you want to take advantage of the bonuses, make sure you're signing up today live on the webinar. So we've already got a few people signed up. We have Jim, Brune, Carolyn, Heidi, and Mary, and Tony. A bunch of people have already signed up. So if you want to take advantage of those bonuses, make sure you go to heyo.com/doba, and that's how you can guarantee that you're going to get those bonuses. So some of you are asking about the mobile version. So yes, as I showed you in the campaign, once you're building, so we'll go back and actually open up Greg's contest again. So when you're building the contest, it automatically created that mobile version for you. So let's refresh this. So here's his contest. You put a little more time in this wording here, but it automatically creates the mobile version. You don't need to have a mobile phone for this to work, but I promise you there are a lot of people on mobile phones that will actually view and enter their email from the mobile device. So with the one click of the button, you can see it does create that mobile version. You don't have to pay some other developer to get that taken care of. That's already included in the Heyo package. So feel free to put any more questions in here. So we have a few more people sign up. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can unmute a couple of you that have already purchased to see why you decided to take advantage of this offer here. So let me see if I can find Jim. Jim, I have your mic unmuted. Can you hear me? Nope, it doesn't sound like his mic connected. Let me try Carolyn or Caroline. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Caroline or Carolyn, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Your mic is unmuted. Can you hear me? Nope, it doesn't look like we have a lot of connected mics. Well, I'm going to unmute Dave and see if he has anything else that he'd like me to cover. Dave, you're unmuted again. Do you have anything else you think might be valuable for me to talk to your audience about regarding anything with the Heyo platform, social media, Facebook in general?
No, not specifically. I think you've done a fantastic job in posing up what it means to run a contest on Facebook, and specifically how you would do that utilizing Heyo. I think one thing I would just put in for all those who have joined this webinar to really be considering what your strategy and approach is for Facebook marketing and email marketing, both of which are critical to running your business. Even if you're selling on eBay or Amazon as a core sort of marketplace for generating sales, in parallel to that, your business needs to have a plan for generating your own customer that you can market to again and again. With Amazon, you're selling to Amazon's customer. And while that is good because there's a lot of customers on Amazon, you're not generating your own customer relationship wherein you can create loyalty and have repeat business. And so it's important that even if you're, like I said, your core approach is to sell on marketplaces, that you have a parallel to that wherein you have a plan to leverage social media to acquire customer contacts and an approach to market to those customers via email to drive traffic then back to your own web store or website. And by doing that, over time, you can see some immediate activity and revenue and sales leveraging Heyo out of the gate. But as you get a pattern of leveraging these types of methods, you will slowly be building a book of business or customer base that you can rely on as you go forward, and not just relying on the online marketplaces.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely all very valuable information for your audience to consider. And even if you don't decide to sign up with Heyo, as you mentioned, email marketing is huge. And I still have the poll results on my screen. 75% of the audience signed on today isn't using email marketing at all. So definitely take that into consideration when you're thinking about driving revenue for your business, folks, because it is very, very valuable, as Dave has mentioned here today. So Dave, I'm going to go ahead and show them one last campaign so they can really see what that marketing looks like when your fans are actually organically marketing for you. So go ahead and look back at my screen, folks, and I'll show you what that actually looks like with a Twitter feed from one contest alone. So this is King Tut's Wawa Hut, and they ran a contest giving away tickets for a concert at their location. And in the first 5 minutes, they had 57% conversion rate, which was huge. Here's their post. So you can see the engagement they got on that post. And then there's the results. So 2,600 emails captured. And here's what their Twitter feed looked like. So these are all unique tweets. It'll go pretty fast, so we're not here all day. But this is why Heyo works so well. It's the fact that all these people uniquely tweeted this link out that they typed in the text for. So that's why all the tweet text is the same from all these different users. It's about to start again. So that's how you're getting so much traction into these contests to turn into revenue for your business. So here's actually an email our CEO sent to the owner of this page, letting him know that their campaign was in the top 1% converting campaigns that was launched the day before. And then we asked them to feature a blog article to drive more engagement or more traffic into their contests and get more exposure for them. And this was her response. So, hey Nathan, that's fantastic. We've had a great response, but to be honest, the contest is so good it's driven itself. So as you can see, you may have run a Facebook contest before, paid tons of money promoting via ads and boosted posts, but this will really solve those problems so you won't have to do that. Yes, if you want to. I know a lot of you, Tom, Brian, and Alvin, asked about paying for Facebook ads. You can definitely do that to get better response, but as you can see, the contests really do drive themselves. We have a proven method. We've done this for quite some time and tweaked it based on the results we're seeing and Facebook's changes. So I'll go ahead and pick the winner from the Heyo Notes contest. So if you haven't yet, make sure to hashtag Heyo Notes and send those pictures to me on Twitter I'll find them, and then I'll direct message you if you're the winner. That way I can get your address to send you a shirt, and you can pick the color and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and check to see if there are any more questions. So let's see. Yep, so it looks like we've got most of these questions answered online with the chat here. So we're going to leave that up for just a little longer in case anyone else has questions. But it looks like we've covered most of them already. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off since we have most of the questions answered. So Dave, I've unmuted you. Thanks again for letting us give this information to your audience. If anyone has questions, feel free to reach out to us at Heyo, support@heyo.com, or you can email me directly, the letter J, last name Tucker @heyo.com. So thanks, Dave, for letting us give this information to your audience. Hopefully they'll get on the email marketing. I know there's only 7 or 20% that are on there already. So like you said, Dave, it's very valuable to be email marketing. That's the only way to reach out to the customers themselves. So thanks again, Dave, and we're going to go ahead and sign off now. You can feel free to say adios to your audience if you want. You are unmuted.
Great. Hey, thanks for taking the time today, Jay, and it was really valuable information. And wish everyone the best of luck and happy selling.
Thanks, Dave. Well, folks, that was Dave, the Vice President of Product at Doba, and my name is Jay Tucker, a lead strategist here at Heyo. Feel free to ask questions in the chat. We'll leave that open for a little longer. And if you haven't got a chance to get through, I know we've had a lot of people go through the sign-up page already. It'll still be up for a few more hours if you want to sign up. So heyo.com/Doba if you want to get those bonuses, which are only available through the next couple hours. Feel free to go over there, sign up, ask questions. We'll be here hanging out. Let us know how we can help. Thanks, folks.